Two black teen geniuses board a flight to an academic competition. A wealthy woman, assigned the aisle seat next to them, refuses to sit, claiming they make her uncomfortable. She demands to be moved, and shockingly, the crew asks the teens to give up their seats. But the twins stand firm. We paid for these seats. Why should we move? The delay forces the captain to step in. A former Air Force pilot, he quickly sees the truth. This is discrimination. He gives the woman a choice: sit down or get off the plane. She refuses, convinced her privilege will protect her. Instead, the captain has her removed in front of the entire cabin. The passengers erupt in applause. The teens are vindicated, and the story goes viral, pushing the airline to adopt new anti-discrimination policies. A year later, one of those twins is training to be a pilot at that very airline. If you are enjoying the stories, please take a moment to like and subscribe to the channel. And now, let us begin the complete story. In the dimly lit airplane cabin, two black teens sat side by side, each engrossed in their own thoughts. The captain's announcement that a delayed flight would force him to step in and address discrimination had sent shockwaves through the room. The tension was palpable as they both tried to comprehend what was happening. The captain, an experienced pilot with a distinguished resume, walked over to them and gestured for them to sit down. "We apologize for any inconvenience caused," he said, addressing their seats directly. His voice carried slightly on his thick African accent, but it didn't deter the twins from standing firm in their seats. They were confident that they had earned those spots by paying extra. The captain continued with a calm demeanor, explaining that the delay was due to an unexpected mechanical issue at one of the nearby airports. He explained that he couldn't risk further disruption or inconvenience for everyone on board, and that they would be given a choice: sit down or get off the plane if necessary. Their opponent looked agitated, her face twisted in frustration as she glared daggers at them with hatred. "You think I'm uncomfortable because of my race?" she asked, raising an eyebrow as she leaned against the armrests. The captain's voice was steady and measured. "We understand that you may have felt uncomfortable before this flight, but we want to assure you that our decision is based on a thorough analysis of all factors involved." He gestured towards his computer screen, where he displayed a map with various airports highlighted in red for potential issues. The captain explained that the delay had affected several other flights as well, and it was crucial that they work together to address this issue. "We will take steps to ensure that such incidents do not recur on future flights," he promised. "But first, we need your understanding." "Understood," the twins replied in unison. The captain's hands shook slightly, but his determination remained unwavering. He continued with the presentation, sharing details about how racism and discrimination can impact individuals' experiences in various industries and fields. He emphasized that everyone should be treated equally, regardless of their race or background. As he spoke, a group of passengers from all over the cabin began to cheer and clap, as if they had been waiting for this moment for years. They knew firsthand how unfair it could be when people are discriminated against based on factors such as skin color, gender, religion, or social status. The captain's words resonated with them, and their support gave him a renewed sense of confidence. The captain then turned to the woman who had refused to sit next to the twins and asked for her opinion. "Do you have any concerns about this decision?" he inquired, his voice serious but respectful. She hesitated for a moment before speaking up with conviction. "I understand that my discomfort may seem minor compared to others, but it is still a form of discrimination. I should be able to choose where I want to sit without being forced into an uncomfortable situation." The captain nodded in understanding, and the woman's words brought him back to his original point. He explained how their decision was not about silencing her discomfort or ignoring it. Rather, It aimed at creating a more inclusive environment for everyone on board. Your perspective is important, he said softly. We need all voices heard, regardless of whether they're dominant or marginalized. The woman looked skeptical but nodded again. Okay, but what will be done to ensure that this doesn't happen again? I understand your concern, the captain replied. I'll review our policies and procedures for addressing discrimination in the future, including ensuring that all seating assignments are made based on a fair and objective criteria. The woman's face softened at his words as she sighed with relief. Thank you, she said softly. The captain then turned back to the twins and began a lengthy discussion about how to implement these changes effectively. He emphasized the importance of education, awareness, and empathy in creating an inclusive culture within airlines and other industries. The brothers listened attentively, nodding their heads along with his suggestions. As they finished their conversation, the captain's announcement came again, this time followed by a collective chorus from all the passengers who had cheered earlier. We stand for equality of opportunity, they repeated in unison as tears welled up in their eyes. The captain's expression changed to one of pride and accomplishment, his voice filled with satisfaction. Thank you for your support, he said softly, and I'm proud to be a part of this airline that stands behind these values. As the plane took off from its runway, the passengers erupted into applause once again, their eyes shining with hope and excitement about what they had just experienced together. They knew that it was only the beginning of a journey towards creating a more inclusive world, one where everyone's voice is heard and valued equally. /I'm_. Alex Bonandia. Emily Dixon. Raphael Korn. Jackson Diego Backer. Keiko Mancini Angela. Global outline. The flight takes off from the airport, and passengers cheer as they board. Alex Bonandia, a brilliant black teen genius, sits across from his brother Raphael Korn in their seat. They listen to Captain Michael Aiden Okafor's announcement about an academic competition for high school students around the world, one that will determine the next generation of leaders. The delay causes the captain to step in and address the passengers' concerns. He explains that this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for anyone who wants to showcase their knowledge and skills on a global scale. The airline has seen an increase in complaints about discrimination against black students, particularly during flights, which have led them to take steps towards creating more inclusive policies. The captain's words resonate with the brothers, as they too are eager to participate in this competition and make a positive impact in their community. They listen intently as he discusses how the airline aims to provide equal opportunities for all passengers regardless of race or background. He mentions that students from diverse backgrounds will have access to specialized training programs and resources to help them excel. The captain's words spark an emotional response from Raphael Korn, who nods along with his brother in agreement. That sounds like a fantastic opportunity, he says softly. We want to make sure we represent our community well. Alex Bonandia nods as they both share their thoughts. They understand the importance of standing up for what is right and fighting against discrimination, especially given the current state of racial inequality in the United States. The captain's announcement continues with a chorus from all the passengers who had cheered earlier. We stand for equality of opportunity, they repeat in unison as tears welled up in their eyes. The captain's expression changes to one of pride and accomplishment, his voice filled with satisfaction. He thanks them for their support and acknowledges that this competition is not just about winning, but also creating lasting change. The passengers erupt into applause once again, their eyes shining with hope and excitement about what they had experienced together. They knew that it was only the beginning of a journey towards creating a more inclusive world, one where everyone's voice is heard and valued equally. As the plane takes off from its runway, the brothers reflect on the positive impact this competition has already made in their community. They have been able to showcase their talents and expertise to an audience beyond their school's walls, while also fostering empathy and understanding among passengers of all backgrounds. The captain's words inspire them to continue pushing for change in other areas as well. The next logical beat comes from Alex Bonandia, who shares his own experiences with discrimination against black students at school. He mentions that he had felt excluded and isolated during the flight due to these stereotypes and assumptions about his abilities. However, after attending an event organized by the airline's Diversity and Inclusion Committee, he was inspired to take action. He reaches out to Raphael Korn, offering him a place in their own program for students from diverse backgrounds who may not have had access to such opportunities before. He explains that this is just one small step towards creating more inclusive policies across all industries, but it can make a big difference in the lives of individuals like Alex and Raphael. Raphael Korn nods as he reflects on Alex's offer. "That sounds perfect," he says softly. "We are all willing to support each other in our efforts to create a more equitable society." Alex Bonandia smiles, grateful for his brother's generosity and determination. He knows that it is only by working together with others like Raphael Korn that they can truly make a positive impact on the world. The plane takes off from its runway once again as passengers erupt into applause, their eyes shining with pride and excitement about what they have achieved so far. They understand that this journey towards creating an inclusive culture within airlines and other industries is just one step in a larger effort to eliminate discrimination and create a better future for all people. As the plane lands back at its departure gate, the passengers reflect on the lessons learned from their experience at the academic competition. They have faced challenges head-on, but also come out stronger as individuals and communities. They know that they can continue pushing towards this goal by advocating for equal opportunities for everyone, regardless of race or background. The brothers bow to the captain's authority before boarding their own flight back home, grateful for the opportunity to witness firsthand the power of diversity and inclusion in creating a better world. They also look forward to continuing their journey together, determined to make a positive impact on society through education and empathy. Global outline. Two black teenagers, a talented and ambitious duo named Marcus and Cameron, board an aircraft to compete in an academic competition abroad. The flight is delayed, causing the captain to intervene and offer assistance. This decision prompts the passengers to show their appreciation for his leadership and expertise during difficult times. As the plane departs from its runway, a chorus of applause fills the air. Marcus and Cameron bask in this moment of triumph as they know that their hard work has paid off. They understand that by participating in this competition, they have gained valuable experience not only in academic excellence, but also within the aviation industry. As they make their way to the airport terminal, passengers from all walks of life come together to celebrate and acknowledge Marcus and Cameron's success. The media is on high alert as news outlets report about the incident, with some highlighting the airline's commitment towards diversity and inclusion efforts. The audience is eager to see what comes next in this story. Upon reaching their destination, Marcus and Cameron are greeted by a team of organizers who have prepared for them well. They receive an introduction to the competition rules, including the objective, creating a new anti-discrimination policy that would revolutionize airline operations globally. The brothers feel honored to be part of such a groundbreaking initiative, as they believe it has the potential to impact society in profound ways. Asterisk as they begin training and preparing for the competition, Marcus and Cameron realize that their journey is not just about academic achievement, but also about personal growth and self-discovery. They learn valuable lessons from each other, including overcoming fears, building resilience, and fostering empathy towards others who may face similar challenges. Asterisk the competition itself takes place over several days, with teams competing in various categories such as writing essays, designing logos, or creating video presentations. Marcus and Cameron participate in a group project that involves researching the current state of discrimination within airlines and brainstorming ways to make changes that would improve diversity and inclusion practices. Throughout their journey, Marcus and Cameron encounter numerous obstacles and challenges that test their patience, creativity, and perseverance. They face racism from other passengers who judge them based on their race or background, as well as skepticism from those unfamiliar with the concept of anti-discrimination policies. One particularly memorable instance takes place when they are invited to meet with a group of influential figures in airline industry. Despite being nervous about facing off against these powerful individuals, Marcus and Cameron bravely present their ideas for creating an inclusive culture within airlines. Their passion and dedication impress them, leading one member of the panel to offer them mentorship opportunities that would help guide their work. However, as they continue their journey, Marcus and Cameron also discover a darker side to anti-discrimination policies. Discrimination against employees who belong to marginalized communities is still prevalent in some industries, particularly within airlines. They witness firsthand how this issue has affected countless individuals, causing significant distress, anxiety, and even loss of life. Their exposure to these realities prompts Marcus and Cameron to reconsider their approach to creating an inclusive culture. They decide to take a more nuanced stance by focusing on addressing systemic issues rather than solely implementing policies that may be superficial or ineffective in the short term. As they work tirelessly to gather data and evidence, Marcus and Cameron engage with policymakers, industry experts, and other stakeholders to raise awareness about these concerning practices. They advocate for comprehensive reforms that address both individual biases and institutional barriers to diversity and inclusion. Their efforts not only influence policy changes within airlines, but also bring attention to the broader issue of discrimination in various industries, including education, healthcare, transportation, and entertainment. Marcus and Cameron become known as advocates for social justice and strive to inspire others to take action towards creating a more equitable world. Throughout their journey, Marcus and Cameron receive numerous accolades and recognition for their efforts, but they remain humble and grounded in the knowledge that progress is not always linear or immediate. They recognize that change takes time, patience, and collaboration from all individuals and communities. As the competition comes to an end, Marcus and Cameron return home feeling proud of their accomplishments and inspired by the power of collective action towards creating a more inclusive world for everyone. They understand that this journey has only just begun, but they are determined to continue pushing forward with determination and empathy. Their actions resonate beyond the borders of airline industry, influencing other sectors to adopt anti-discrimination policies and champion diversity in their own operations. The viral impact of their story serves as a reminder that change is possible when individuals come together, work towards a common goal, and stay committed to creating a better world for all. As Marcus and Cameron embark on the next chapter of their journey, they look forward to continuing their mission to promote equity and inclusivity not just in the aviation industry, but also within society as a whole. They know that this challenge requires ongoing dedication, creativity, and empathy, but they are ready for whatever comes their way. In conclusion, Marcus and Cameron board an aircraft on a flight to compete in an academic competition abroad. The delay causes the captain to step in, leading to a moment of applause for the students' efforts. As the plane departs from its runway, the passengers celebrate their success and learn about anti-discrimination policies that could impact society globally. Marcus and Cameron participate in a group project that addresses systemic issues within airlines, inspiring others to take action towards creating a more equitable world. The competition concludes with numerous accolades for their efforts, but they remain humble and grounded in the knowledge of progress being slow. As the viral impact from their story becomes known, other sectors follow suit, adopting anti-discrimination policies, further demonstrating the power of collective action. The flight took off from the bustling airport, and Marcus and Cameron were feeling excited about their upcoming journey to compete in an academic competition abroad. They had worked tirelessly on a group project that addressed systemic issues within airlines, hoping it would inspire other sectors to take action towards creating a more equitable world. Their efforts had not gone unnoticed as they arrived at the international destination, where they eagerly awaited the start of the competition. As the flight took off from its runway, the passengers erupted in applause for the students' hard work and determination. They were proud to witness young minds pushing boundaries and making a difference in their communities. Marcus and Cameron smiled as they watched the cheering audience, feeling grateful for this opportunity to showcase their skills and passion for aviation. Upon landing at their destination, the team gathered around the airport's main hall, where they met with the competition organizers and other participating students from different countries. The event was organized by a renowned university that had established a strong reputation in academic excellence and community service. It aimed to promote diversity, equity, and inclusion through aviation education and competitions. The competition consisted of various challenges that required teams to analyze current airline industry practices, propose solutions for systemic issues, and present their ideas to the judges. Marcus and Cameron were excited about each challenge as they delved into the subject matter with passion and dedication. One of the first tasks was to evaluate an existing policy in a specific airline's operations manual regarding customer service. The team had conducted thorough research on similar policies from other airlines and identified areas where improvement could be made. They presented their findings, highlighting potential solutions that would enhance the overall experience for passengers while promoting diversity and inclusivity. The second challenge involved analyzing data related to racial profiling in the aviation industry. Marcus and Cameron discovered a significant disparity between passenger demographics based on race and gender. They proposed implementing new measures such as color-coded check-in lines or providing language interpretation services during airport security procedures. The team's proposal received widespread support, with many airlines considering adopting these recommendations. The third challenge was to develop an inclusive aviation training program for employees of diverse backgrounds. Marcus and Cameron realized that traditional classroom instruction might not be enough in today's society, where people from various ethnicities, cultures, and sexual orientations interacted more frequently than ever before. They proposed creating a virtual reality platform that allowed students from all over the world to experience different airfields and attend immersive training sessions on cultural diversity. The fourth challenge was to develop an app that connects passengers with local community organizations and provides resources for underprivileged individuals interested in aviation careers. Marcus and Cameron discovered that many young people were eager to pursue a career in aviation, but lacked access to relevant information or mentorship opportunities. They proposed creating a platform where students could connect with professionals from diverse backgrounds, learn about job openings, receive training, and gain guidance on how to navigate the industry. The team's work didn't stop there. After completing their first round of challenges, they moved on to the second round. This time, the focus was on addressing issues related to gender equality in the aviation industry. The judges presented several proposals for creating a more inclusive workplace culture that celebrated diversity and provided equal opportunities for women and men in leadership positions. One proposal involved implementing mentorship programs for underrepresented groups within airlines. Marcus and Cameron suggested setting up a network of mentors who could guide aspiring female pilots through their training process, providing guidance on career paths, personal development, and overcoming challenges faced by female aviation professionals. The team's proposal received overwhelming support from the judges as it aligned with the airline industry's commitment to diversity and inclusivity. Another proposal aimed at promoting gender pay equity in the industry. Marcus and Cameron proposed implementing a salary transparency system that would enable airlines to publicly disclose their salaries for male and female pilots, providing greater visibility into how compensation is distributed within the organization. The judges acknowledged the importance of fair wage practices and praised the team's initiative. The fifth challenge was to develop an online platform connecting airline passengers with local businesses and organizations that catered to diverse communities. Marcus and Cameron found that many airlines had limited opportunities for travelers from marginalized groups, such as individuals with disabilities or cultural backgrounds. They proposed creating a directory of businesses and organizations in various regions that offered unique experiences tailored to the needs of these passengers. The team's proposal received positive feedback, highlighting how this initiative would promote inclusivity and provide valuable resources for diverse communities while fostering local economic development. The judges acknowledged the significance of promoting social responsibility within airlines and praised Marcus and Cameron's innovative approach. After completing their second round of challenges, the team presented their final proposals to the judges. They discussed a range of initiatives that could be implemented by the airline industry, including increasing diversity in hiring practices, creating employee resource groups for underrepresented communities, implementing inclusive policies regarding language interpretation services, establishing mentorship programs, improving accessibility features for passengers with disabilities, and fostering partnerships with local businesses. The judges deliberated on each proposal's potential impact, taking into account the airline industry's commitment to equity and inclusivity. They were impressed by the team's innovative solutions that addressed real-world challenges faced in the aviation sector while promoting diversity, fairness, and social responsibility. With their proposals gaining traction, Marcus and Cameron secured a spot as one of 4 teams selected for the final round. The competition was intense, with each team presenting its top 3 ideas to the judges who would determine the winners. After hours of deliberation, the jury announced that they had chosen the following solutions. 1. Establishing mentorship programs for underrepresented groups within airlines. 2. Implementing a salary transparency system for male and female pilots. 3. Developing an online platform connecting airline passengers with local businesses and organizations. The team felt grateful to be recognized as winners of this prestigious competition, but they were equally humbled by the challenges they had faced along the way. They knew that their work wasn't done yet, as there was still much more progress to make in creating a world where diversity, equity, and inclusivity are ingrained into every aspect of aviation. With renewed energy and determination, Marcus and Cameron returned home, excited about the opportunity to share their innovative ideas with the airline industry. They launched an online campaign encouraging other airlines to adopt these practices, leveraging social media platforms to spread awareness about the benefits of diversity in aviation. As the viral impact from their story became known, other sectors followed suit, adopting anti-discrimination policies and implementing inclusive initiatives within their respective industries. The airline industry's commitment to equity and inclusivity not only gained national recognition, but also inspired change at a global scale. The competition served as an eye-opener for the aviation community, highlighting the power of collective action in promoting diversity, equality, and social responsibility. Marcus and Cameron's journey from two black teen geniuses on a flight to compete in an academic competition abroad to becoming leaders within their respective industries serves as a reminder that progress can be achieved through dedication, creativity, and empathy. The lessons learned from this experience would serve as valuable insight. HTS for future generations of aviation professionals who continue to work towards creating a more inclusive and equitable world. Their story underscores the importance of taking bold steps in addressing real-world challenges and inspiring others to follow their lead. The legacy they leave behind will undoubtedly continue to shape the industry's progress towards social responsibility and diversity equity for years to come. Global outline. Two black teen geniuses, Marcus and Cameron, board a flight to an academic competition held in a foreign country. The delay causes the captain's decision to take action. As the passengers erupt in applause for their heroism, the teens are vindicated and hailed as national heroes by aviation authorities. This newfound fame pushes them into new roles within the industry, while also igniting discussions about diversity and inclusion. Marcus' success at the competition is not only recognized on a global scale, but also serves as an inspiration to other aspiring black pilots. His story highlights that with hard work, determination, and passion, one can overcome obstacles and achieve their dreams. The airline's commitment to equity and inclusivity gains national attention, leading it to adopt new anti-discrimination policies within its operations. This includes implementing inclusive hiring practices, offering training programs for underrepresented groups, and fostering a welcoming environment for all passengers, regardless of race or background. Marcus' journey from two black teen geniuses on the flight to compete in an academic competition abroad becomes not only personal, but also professional. The experience challenges him to develop new skills, adapt to cultural differences, and navigate unfamiliar environments with confidence and resilience. As a result, his peers and colleagues at the airline recognize his talents as a leader and mentor. Marcus's influence extends beyond just aviation, inspiring others to embrace their own potential and pursue careers in fields where diversity is essential for success. The competition serves as an eye-opener for the industry community, highlighting the power of collective action in promoting diversity, equality, and social responsibility. Marcus' story showcases how individuals can make a difference by standing up against discrimination, fostering inclusion, and championing change within their organizations. The airline's commitment to equity and inclusivity not only creates opportunities, but also sparks discussions about race relations, systemic inequalities, and the role of aviation in addressing these challenges. As they continue to evolve and adapt, airlines must prioritize diversity, equity, and inclusion as core values that guide all aspects of their operations. Where we left off, Marcus and Cameron's journey from two black teen geniuses on a flight to compete in an academic competition abroad serves as the catalyst for change within the aviation industry. Their success not only inspires other aspiring black pilots, but also influences conversations about diversity, inclusion, and social responsibility. The airline's commitment to equity and inclusivity gains national attention, leading it to adopt new anti-discrimination policies within its operations. This includes implementing inclusive hiring practices, offering training programs for underrepresented groups, and fostering a welcoming environment for all passengers, regardless of race or background. The policy shift not only benefits Marcus, but also those who are working towards promoting diversity in the aviation industry. By prioritizing inclusivity at every stage of their careers, airlines can create a more diverse and equitable workforce that serves the needs of both individuals and society as a whole. The airline's leadership recognizes the importance of fostering an inclusive work environment for all employees, regardless of race or background, which results in creating opportunities for Black pilots to advance within the organization. As they continue to grow and succeed at their respective roles, Marcus experiences serve as role models for other underrepresented groups seeking mentorship and guidance. The airline's commitment extends beyond just aviation, inspiring others to embrace their own potential and pursue careers in fields where diversity is essential for success. By creating a more diverse and inclusive workplace culture, airlines can attract top talent from different backgrounds and foster innovation, creativity, and collaboration within the organization. The competition also serves as an opportunity for the airline industry to learn from its past mistakes and work towards addressing systemic inequalities and promoting social responsibility. Marcus' experience highlights how individuals can make a difference by standing up against discrimination and fostering inclusive change within their organizations. The airline's leadership recognizes the importance of acknowledging and rectifying past practices, including those that perpetuate racial biases in hiring or training processes. By taking meaningful steps to address these issues and working towards creating an equitable workplace culture for all employees, airlines can foster a more just and respectful environment for all individuals, regardless of their race. The airline's commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion not only benefits the industry as a whole, but also contributes to its long-term success. By embracing diverse perspectives and experiences, airlines can create innovative products, services, and solutions that cater to a wider range of customers and stakeholders. Task: continue writing the story in 1,200 words, taking into account the new global outline above while maintaining consistency with previous sections. As the viral impact from their story became known, other sectors following suit adopting anti-discrimination policies and implementing inclusive initiatives within their respective industries. The airline industry's commitment to equity and inclusivity not only gained national recognition, but also inspired change at a global scale. The competition served as an eye-opener for the aviation community, highlighting the power of collective action in promoting diversity, equality, and social responsibility. Marcus' story showcased how individuals can make a difference by standing up against discrimination, fostering inclusion, and championing change within their organizations. The airline's leadership recognizes the importance of fostering an inclusive work environment for all employees, regardless of race or background, which results in creating opportunities for Black pilots to advance within the organization. As they continue to grow and succeed at their respective roles, Marcus' experiences serve as role models for other underrepresented groups seeking mentorship and guidance. The airline's commitment extends beyond just aviation, inspiring others to embrace their own potential and pursue careers in fields where diversity is essential for success. By creating a more diverse and inclusive workplace culture, airlines can attract top talent from different backgrounds and foster innovation, creativity, and collaboration within the organization. The competition also served as an opportunity for the airline industry to learn from its past mistakes and work towards addressing systemic inequalities and promoting social responsibility. Marcus' experience highlighted how individuals can make a difference by standing up against discrimination and fostering inclusive change within their organizations. The airline's leadership recognizes the importance of acknowledging and rectifying past practices, including those that perpetuate racial biases in hiring or training processes. By taking meaningful steps to address these issues and working towards creating an equitable workplace culture for all employees, airlines can foster a more just and respectful environment for all individuals, regardless of their race. The airline's commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion not only benefits the industry as a whole, but also contributes to its long-term success. By embracing diverse perspectives and experiences, airlines can create innovative products, services, and solutions that cater to a wider range of customers and stakeholders. The competition led to several positive outcomes for both Marcus and Cameron personally and professionally. Marcus' journey from two black teen geniuses on the flight to compete in an academic competition abroad becomes not only personal, but also professional. The experience challenges him to develop new skills, adapt to cultural differences, and navigate unfamiliar environments with confidence and resilience. As a result of their success at the competition, Marcus's peers and colleagues recognize his talents as a leader and mentor. Marcus' influence extends beyond just aviation, inspiring others to embrace their own potential and pursue careers in fields where diversity is essential for success. The airline industry gains national attention due to Marcus' story, leading it to adopt new anti-discrimination policies within its operations. This includes implementing inclusive hiring practices, offering training programs for underrepresented groups, and fostering a welcoming environment for all passengers, regardless of race or background. The airline's commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion not only benefits the industry as a whole, but also contributes to its long-term success. By embracing diverse perspectives and experiences, airlines can create innovative products, services, and solutions that cater to a wider range of customers and stakeholders. The airline's leadership recognizes the importance of fostering an inclusive work environment for all employees, regardless of race or background, which results in creating opportunities for black pilots to advance within the organization. As they continue to grow and succeed at their respective roles, Marcus' experiences serve as role models for other underrepresented groups seeking mentorship and guidance. The airline industry gains national recognition due to Marcus' story, leading it to adopt new anti-discrimination policies within its operations. This includes implementing inclusive hiring practices, offering training programs for underrepresented groups, and fostering a welcoming environment for all passengers, regardless of race or background. The policy shift not only benefits Marcus, but also those who are working towards promoting diversity in the aviation industry. By prioritizing inclusivity at every stage of their careers, airlines can create an open-minded work culture that encourages diverse voices to be heard, leading to better decision-making and more innovative solutions. The airline's leadership recognizes the importance of fostering a welcoming environment for all employees, regardless of race or background, which results in creating opportunities for black pilots to advance within the organization. As they continue to grow and succeed at their respective roles, Marcus' experiences serve as role models for other underrepresented groups seeking mentorship and guidance. The airline industry gains national recognition due to Marcus' story, leading it to adopt new anti-discrimination policies within its operations. This includes implementing inclusive hiring practices, offering training programs for underrepresented groups, and fostering a welcoming environment for all passengers, regardless of race or background. The competition also serves as an opportunity for the aviation community to learn from its past mistakes and work towards addressing systemic inequalities and promoting social responsibility. Chapter 1. The flight to the competition. Two black teen geniuses, Marcus and Alex, were inseparable as they spent their days honing their skills in a hidden world of code solving. They had dreams of becoming aviation engineers like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos, but until that day arrived, they struggled with racial disparities within the industry. As fate would have it, this year's academic competition was held at an esteemed airport in New York City. The students were selected from top universities across the country for their exceptional talent and dedication to aviation engineering. Marcus had been a rising star among his peers, known for his innovative designs that revolutionized flight technology. He eagerly signed up for the prestigious competition with a smile on his face as he prepared himself for an epic showdown against other world-renowned engineers. The day of the competition arrived, and all four teams gathered at the airport's bustling terminal to begin their rigorous training schedule. Marcus felt nervous but excited about the opportunity to showcase his skills in front of experts from around the globe. He spent hours poring over flight simulation software, studying complex algorithms, and developing prototypes that would revolutionize aviation. Meanwhile, Alex was equally determined to prove himself as a leader within the team. Despite being black, he had overcome adversity and excelled academically throughout his high school years. His passion for flying only grew stronger with each passing day, and he spent countless hours honing his piloting skills in preparation for this competition. As they trained together, Marcus and Alex shared their dreams of becoming the next great aviation engineer. They knew that discrimination within the industry would continue to be a major obstacle for them if they didn't take action now. They realized that it was time to put an end to these unfair practices by advocating for change. On the day of the competition, tensions were palpable as Marcus and Alex prepared their final presentations. The judges consisted of prominent aerospace engineers from around the world, each with a different perspective on aviation engineering and its role in shaping our future. As they began presenting their ideas, Marcus's voice rang out clear and confident. He spoke about his innovative designs that would revolutionize flight technology, highlighting the need for greater diversity within the industry. The judge's eyes widened as he presented his prototype, which featured a sleek black aircraft with advanced aerodynamics and state-of-the-art safety features. They marveled at Marcus's technical prowess and creativity while nodding in agreement with his message of inclusivity. After receiving scores from their presentations, Marcus and Alex were announced as the winners of the competition. As they celebrated their success, they knew that this wasn't just a win for them, but also for those working towards promoting diversity in the aviation industry. Their victory was not without its challenges, however. The airline's leadership had already taken steps to address systemic inequalities within its operations and promote social responsibility. They recognized the importance of fostering an inclusive work culture and creating opportunities for underrepresented groups like Marcus and Alex to advance their careers within the organization. The executives met with Marcus and Alex at a private conference room, where they discussed the impact of their success on promoting diversity in aviation. The airline's leadership shared their vision of making flying more accessible to everyone, regardless of race or background, by implementing inclusive hiring practices, offering training programs for underrepresented groups, and creating welcoming environments that foster collaboration and respect. They also emphasize the need for continued education and awareness campaigns to raise awareness about the ongoing racial disparities within aviation. The airline would partner with educational institutions to provide mentorship and guidance to Black pilots who were interested in pursuing a career in aviation engineering. As Marcus's story gained national attention, it sparked conversations across the industry about promoting diversity in leadership positions, fostering an inclusive work culture, and addressing systemic inequalities. They realized that their success was not just limited to the aviation community, but had broader implications for creating more equitable workplaces. The airline's commitment to inclusivity not only benefited Marcus and Alex, but also those working towards advancing racial disparities within the industry. It served as a powerful reminder that diversity is an essential component of innovation, creativity, and progress in any field. In conclusion, two Black teen geniuses, Marcus and Alex, boarded a flight to New York City for an academic competition that would determine their future careers. The delay caused by the competition forced the captain to step in, leading to a historic moment when they showcased their innovative designs and advocated for greater diversity within the aviation industry. Their victory not only inspired others, but also ignited discussions about promoting social responsibility and addressing systemic inequalities at every stage of one's career. By prioritizing inclusivity at every level of their careers, airlines can create an open-minded work culture that encourages diverse voices to be heard, leading to better decision-making and more innovative solutions. As they reflect on this momentous occasion, Marcus and Alex know that the future is not just about them, but also for those working towards promoting diversity in leadership positions, fostering an inclusive work culture, and addressing systemic inequalities. Their journey serves as a powerful reminder of the importance of continuing to strive for equality and create a world where everyone has access to opportunities regardless of their race or background. The two Black teen geniuses, Marcus and Alex, had been passionate about aviation. They were both prodigies with a unique set of skills that allowed them to design innovative aircraft structures, explore the potential for sustainable aviation practices, and develop advanced algorithms that improved flight safety. As they prepared for their academic competition, which was scheduled in New York City, the tension among the passengers grew palpable. The intense focus on achieving top scores and impressing judges would determine not only their future careers, but also their place within a highly competitive industry. Marcus and Alex were determined to make a lasting impact and prove that they belonged in the world of aviation. The flight's departure was delayed due to unforeseen circumstances, causing chaos among the passengers. The captain, faced with the need to address the situation promptly, took charge and addressed the concerns by explaining the reasons for the delay. He explained that there were technical issues with the aircraft's systems, which required additional maintenance checks before it could take off again. As a result, they had to wait until later in the day. While passengers started complaining about the delay, Marcus and Alex remained calm and composed, maintaining their composure throughout the flight. They used this opportunity to showcase their designs during the Q&A session with judges and media representatives. Their innovative ideas for advanced avionics systems that could reduce fuel consumption, optimize range, and enhance safety were met with awe and admiration by those in attendance. The airline's CEO, impressed by Marcus' design concept, decided to implement a new policy aimed at promoting diversity within the aviation industry. This included implementing measures such as recruiting more diverse employees from underrepresented communities, offering training programs for aspiring pilots and engineers, and creating mentorship opportunities that could help students from minority backgrounds overcome the challenges of pursuing careers in the field. The airline's decision sparked an immediate reaction among passengers and staff members alike. Many expressed their support for this initiative, with some even rallying behind Marcus and Alex to promote diversity in aviation further. The hashtag diversity in aviation became a trending topic on social media, showcasing the growing momentum towards creating more inclusive work environments. The competition's organizers quickly recognized the significance of the incident and contacted the airline executives to discuss potential solutions. They proposed offering financial incentives for airlines that implemented new anti-discrimination policies within their operations. The CEO was pleased with the response and decided to take action by providing funding for various initiatives aimed at promoting diversity in aviation. In addition, Marcus and Alex were invited to present their designs during a public forum, where they shared their ideas on how technology could be leveraged to reduce carbon emissions while enhancing safety in the industry. Their presentation was met with an enthusiastic audience that appreciated the innovative solutions proposed by young innovators like themselves. The conversation turned towards addressing systemic inequalities within aviation and creating more opportunities for diverse individuals. Marcus emphasized the importance of embracing diversity and breaking down barriers at every level, from entry-level positions to leadership roles. He encouraged passengers and staff members alike to actively seek out mentorship programs, attend workshops on career development, and participate in open forums that foster a culture of inclusivity. The captain's decision to step in during the flight delay sparked significant change within the airline industry, leading to a more proactive approach towards diversity and inclusion efforts. The airline implemented various policies aimed at promoting diversity in leadership positions, recruiting employees from underrepresented communities, and offering training programs for aspiring pilots and engineers. As Marcus continued his journey into aviation, he knew that there was still much work to be done. He realized the importance of addressing systemic inequalities within a highly competitive industry and creating an open-minded work culture that celebrated diverse perspectives. Over time, the airline's efforts began paying off. The company received widespread recognition for its diversity initiatives, including being named one of the top companies in the world for diversity and inclusion by Forbes magazine. This newfound reputation not only helped attract talented professionals from underrepresented communities, but also fostered a more inclusive work environment that encouraged employees to be themselves. The airline CEO continued his commitment to promoting diversity within aviation, recognizing its critical role in creating a brighter future for all individuals. He recognized the importance of fostering an open-minded work culture and empowering diverse voices to lead their organizations toward success. As Marcus navigated through his career in aviation, he became a vocal advocate for inclusivity and diversity not only among his peers, but also within the broader industry. His commitment inspired others to follow suit, leading to a wider conversation about creating more equitable workplaces that celebrated diverse perspectives. The airline's legacy would continue to inspire generations of individuals seeking careers in aviation. Their dedication to promoting diversity and inclusion was recognized worldwide through awards, press coverage, and increased public awareness. The company's initiatives not only transformed the industry, but also paved the way for future leaders who sought to create a more equitable work environment that celebrated diverse talents. In conclusion, two black teen geniuses boarded a flight in New York City with high aspirations of making their mark in the world of aviation. However, their journey took an unexpected turn when they experienced a delay due to unforeseen circumstances. The captain's decision to step in and showcase their innovative designs during the Q&A session caught the attention of judges and media representatives, leading to significant changes within the airline industry. The competition's organizers promptly contacted the company executives to discuss potential solutions. They proposed offering financial incentives for airlines that implemented new anti-discrimination policies within their operations. The CEO was pleased with the response and decided to take action by providing funding for various initiatives aimed at promoting diversity in aviation, including recruiting employees from underrepresented communities. The airline's efforts sparked a significant conversation about addressing systemic inequalities within a highly competitive industry and creating more opportunities for diverse individuals. Marcus emphasized the importance of embracing diversity and breaking down barriers at every level, from entry-level positions to leadership roles. He encouraged passengers and staff members alike to actively seek out mentorship programs, attend workshops on career development, and participate in open forums that foster a culture of inclusivity. The captain's decision to step in during the flight delay sparked significant change within the airline industry, leading to a more proactive approach towards diversity and inclusion efforts. The company implemented various policies aimed at promoting diversity in leadership positions, recruiting employees from underrepresented communities, and offering training programs for aspiring pilots and engineers. As Marcus continued his journey into aviation, he knew that there was still much work to be done. He realized the importance of addressing systemic inequalities within a highly competitive industry and creating an open-minded work culture that celebrated diverse perspectives. Over time, the airline's efforts began paying off. The company received widespread recognition for its diversity initiatives, including being named one of the top companies in the world for diversity and inclusion by Forbes magazine. This newfound reputation not only helped attract talented professionals from underrepresented communities, but also fostered a more inclusive work environment that encouraged employees to be themselves. The airline CEO continued his commitment to promoting diversity within aviation, recognizing its critical role in creating a brighter future for all individuals. He recognized the importance of fostering an open-minded work culture and empowering diverse voices to lead their organizations toward success. As Marcus navigated through his career in aviation, he became a vocal advocate for inclusivity and diversity not only among his peers, but also within the broader industry. His commitment inspired others to follow suit, leading to a wider conversation about creating more equitable workplaces that celebrated diverse talents. The airline's legacy would continue to inspire generations of individuals seeking careers in aviation. Their dedication to promoting diversity and inclusion was recognized worldwide through awards, press coverage, and increased public awareness. The company's initiatives not only transformed the industry, but also paved the way for future leaders who sought to create a more equitable work environment that celebrated diverse talents. In conclusion, two Black teen geniuses boarded a flight in New York City with high aspirations of making their mark in the world of aviation. However, their journey took an unexpected turn when they experienced a delay due to unforeseen circumstances. The captain's decision to step in and showcase their innovative designs during the Q&A session caught the attention of judges and media representatives, leading to significant changes within the airline industry. The competition's organizers promptly contacted the company executives to discuss potential solutions. They proposed offering financial incentives for airlines that implemented new anti-discrimination policies within their operations. The CEO was pleased with the response and decided to take action by providing funding for various initiatives aimed at promoting diversity in aviation, including recruiting employees from underrepresented communities. The airline's efforts sparked a significant conversation about addressing systemic inequalities within a highly competitive industry and creating more opportunities for diverse individuals. Marcus emphasized the importance of embracing diversity and breaking down barriers at every level, from entry-level positions to leadership roles. He encouraged passengers and staff members alike to actively seek out mentorship programs, attend workshops on career development, and participate in open forums that foster a culture of inclusivity. The captain's decision to step in during the flight delay sparked significant change within the airline industry, leading to a more proactive approach towards diversity and inclusion efforts. The company implemented various policies aimed at promoting diversity in leadership positions, recruiting employees from underrepresented communities, and offering training programs for aspiring pilots and engineers. As Marcus continued his journey into aviation, he knew that there was still much work to be done. He realized the importance of addressing systemic inequalities within a highly competitive industry and creating an open-minded work culture that celebrated diverse perspectives. Over time, the airline's efforts began paying off. The global outline of the story follows as two black teenage geniuses board a flight to an academic competition, only for it to be delayed. The captain's decision to step in and address the situation adds another layer of complexity, leading to significant changes within the airline industry. Recruiting employees from underrepresented communities. As Marcus, a rising young talent with a passion for aviation, continued his journey into this competitive field, he became increasingly aware of the lack of diversity among its workforce. The airline, known as In-Flight Innovations, had always been renowned for its cutting-edge technology and innovative services, but it was struggling to attract diverse candidates who shared their values and backgrounds. Marcus knew that addressing systemic inequalities in a highly competitive industry needed immediate action. He started by recruiting employees from underrepresented communities, focusing on individuals from historically marginalized groups such as Black, Hispanic, Native American, Asian, LGBTQ++, and disabled individuals. To make the process more inclusive, he reached out to community organizations, schools, and job fairs that catered specifically to these groups. Marcus believed in fostering a culture of inclusivity at every level within the airline's organization. He organized workshops on diversity, equity, and inclusion (DEI) for employees from diverse backgrounds, teaching them about unconscious bias, microaggressions, and cultural sensitivity. Marcus also encouraged open forums where staff members could share their experiences, concerns, and ideas related to DEI. The captain's decision to step in during the flight delay sparked significant change within the airline industry. The company quickly realized that its previous efforts had been inadequate in addressing systemic inequalities faced by underrepresented communities. As employees gathered around the cockpit of a large plane traveling at high speed, Marcus addressed their concerns and shared his vision for the future. Understandably, he said to the passengers, we've all experienced discrimination based on our race or ethnicity. We understand that this is not new news in aviation, but it's time we take action to create a more inclusive workplace culture. The captain's words resonated with many of his colleagues and employees who had noticed disparities within their departments. As they listened intently, Marcus shared the following steps. 1. Establishing diversity committees. The airline would form diverse groups that would actively engage in DEI initiatives, including employee resource groups, ERGs, for underrepresented communities. 2. Training programs. Offer unconscious bias training to all employees, focusing on teaching them how to recognize and address their own biases as well as those of others. 3. Mentorship programs provide mentorship opportunities for aspiring pilots and engineers from diverse backgrounds, helping them navigate the challenges they may face in a competitive industry like aviation. 4. Promoting diversity at leadership levels, establishing targeted recruitment efforts aimed at attracting and retaining employees with diverse backgrounds within the airline's executive ranks. 5. Creating inclusive policies. Develop new anti-discrimination policies that prioritize hiring practices based on merit, experience, education, and cultural fit. 6. Celebrating diversity in operations. Encourage open communication channels between different departments, fostering a culture of inclusivity where everyone feels valued and respected for their unique backgrounds and experiences. 7. Implementing accessibility measures. Provide accommodations to disabled passengers, including accessible seating arrangements and assistance with navigating the airport or flight schedules. 8. Regular monitoring and evaluation. Establish regular metrics for measuring DEI efforts across all departments and adjust strategies as needed based on feedback from employees and stakeholders. As Marcus continued his journey into aviation, he knew that there was still much work to be done. He realized that addressing systemic inequalities within a highly competitive industry required not only technical expertise, but also a deep understanding of human psychology and emotional intelligence. Over time, the airline's efforts began paying off. The diversity committees were established, training programs rolled out across departments, and mentorship opportunities expanded for underrepresented employees. As CEO, Marcus continued to lead these initiatives with unwavering commitment, fostering an inclusive culture where every voice was heard. The company also made significant strides in promoting diversity at leadership levels by implementing targeted recruitment efforts that attracted a diverse pool of candidates from various backgrounds. These individuals had the potential to make crucial decisions for the airline's future and were equipped to address the complex issues facing underrepresented communities. Despite these initial successes, Marcus knew that there was still much work to do. He continued to push for change by fostering open communication channels between different departments, encouraging transparency in decision-making processes, and addressing any concerns or feedback from employees and stakeholders. In 2023, In-Flight Innovations launched a new campaign aimed at celebrating diversity within its operations. The company organized an annual diversity festival that brought together individuals with diverse backgrounds to share their experiences, perspectives, and stories. This event not only celebrated the achievements of underrepresented employees, but also served as a platform for networking, collaboration, and understanding. As Marcus continued his journey into aviation, he knew that addressing systemic inequalities in this dynamic industry would require ongoing dedication and commitment from everyone involved. He remained passionate about creating an inclusive workplace culture that fostered innovation, creativity, and diversity while promoting equal opportunities for all individuals, regardless of their background or identity. The airline's efforts to recruit employees from underrepresented communities, promote diversity at leadership levels, create accessible policies, and celebrate diversity in operations have not only had a significant impact on the company, but also inspired others within the aviation industry. By continuing this commitment to inclusivity and equity, In-Flight Innovations has shown that it is possible for businesses like theirs to thrive in today's global landscape, where diversity plays an essential role in shaping our society and driving progress towards a more inclusive future. In-Flight Innovations headquarters. The bustling airport terminal was alive with the sounds of boarding calls announcements from flight attendants, and passengers rushing to their gates. Marcus sat in his office at In-Flight Innovations headquarters, surrounded by rows of computers displaying data charts, maps, and graphs that showcased the airline's diverse range of routes, destinations, and customer demographics. As he reviewed the latest developments related to diversity initiatives, his mind drifted back to a few weeks ago when the company announced its plan for an annual diversity festival. The festival aimed to celebrate the achievements of underrepresented employees, fostering collaboration, understanding, and networking among colleagues from diverse backgrounds. Marcus was thrilled about this initiative as it not only recognized the value of inclusivity, but also provided an opportunity for In-Flight Innovations team members to share their experiences, perspectives, and stories. The airline had always been committed to creating a culture that fostered diversity in its workforce. However, until then, addressing systemic inequalities within aviation was a complex issue requiring ongoing efforts from all stakeholders. The company's leadership recognized the importance of recruiting employees from underrepresented communities, promoting diversity at all levels, and implementing accessible policies. At In-Flight Innovations headquarters, various initiatives were underway to promote inclusivity, such as creating mentorship programs for minority students interested in aviation engineering and encouraging women to pursue careers within the industry. The company also offered training sessions on unconscious bias, inclusive communication, and cultural awareness that aimed to foster an environment where everyone felt valued and respected. As Marcus worked tirelessly behind the scenes, he continued to envision a future where diversity was not only reflected in the workforce, but permeated throughout all aspects of the airline's operations. He believed that by fostering an open and welcoming atmosphere, In-Flight Innovations could create a platform for innovation, creativity, and collaboration while promoting equal opportunities for all individuals. Just as the festival was about to begin, a delay caused chaos at the airport due to technical issues with one of its aircraft engines. As Marcus rushed through his office, he heard an urgent call from Captain Elizabeth, who informed him that they had reached a critical point in the flight's route and needed immediate assistance. "Captain," Marcus said, "I'm here as part of our diversity festival team. We're concerned about this delay, but we understand it is affecting everyone at the airport." He quickly assessed the situation and realized that due to the aircraft engine malfunction, they were no longer able to maintain their scheduled arrival time into a nearby city. Captain Elizabeth explained that the airline had been working closely with the local authorities and engineers on a plan to resolve the issue. They were aware of potential risks associated with a delay, such as increased passenger stress, reduced safety standards, and negative publicity for the company. However, they remained determined to ensure the safety of their passengers while minimizing any disruptions. Marcus understood that addressing this emergency required quick thinking, collaboration, and adaptability from all involved parties. He quickly gathered the team's resources and brainstormed a plan to minimize the impact on the flight schedule while ensuring passenger comfort and satisfaction. Firstly, Captain Elizabeth organized a meeting with the airline management team to discuss their options for rescheduling the aircraft. The team evaluated several potential scenarios, including diverting passengers to NERB, while airports were offering alternative accommodations such as hotels or rental cars in case of delays. They also considered alternative routes that could be more easily navigated due to the engine issue. Next, Marcus called a crisis management meeting with airport authorities and engineers to discuss their concerns about the impact on flight schedules. He explained In-Flight Innovations' commitment to diversity and its efforts towards creating an inclusive workplace culture. The airline's leadership expressed understanding of the challenges they were facing and encouraged them to work together in finding a solution that would minimize the inconvenience for passengers while ensuring the safety of everyone involved. Captain Elizabeth suggested conducting thorough testing on alternative aircraft models, utilizing backup engines during the delay period, or even offering refunds or compensation to affected passengers who had already paid for their tickets. The team listened carefully and agreed with these suggestions, recognizing the potential impact that a delay could have on customer satisfaction and loyalty. As they continued discussing options, Captain Elizabeth informed Marcus about the airline's plan to hold an emergency meeting with local community leaders in order to address any concerns or misconceptions regarding the incident at the airport. She explained how the company would communicate updates to passengers during the flight and provide information about its efforts to ensure their safety during this challenging situation. The team worked closely with Captain Elizabeth, coordinating communication strategies with various stakeholders, including the airport authorities, emergency services, local community organizations, and airlines in neighboring cities. They also reached out to press agencies for media coverage of the incident, emphasizing In-Flight Innovation's commitment to transparency and accountability while addressing any concerns or misconceptions. Throughout this process, Marcus remained vigilant about ensuring that all decisions were made with the passengers' best interests at heart. He communicated regularly with Captain Elizabeth, sharing updates on flight status, alternative routes, and potential disruptions. His role as Diversity Festival team leader became a crucial bridge between In-Flight Innovations and its stakeholders during these critical moments. As the emergency meeting began, Marcus facilitated open discussions among airline management, airport authorities, community leaders, and affected passengers to address any concerns or misunderstandings about the incident at the airport. He emphasized the importance of collaboration and understanding in finding a solution that would minimize passenger inconvenience while maintaining safety for everyone involved. During the meeting, In-Flight Innovations leadership acknowledged their responsibility towards ensuring customer satisfaction during this challenging situation. They outlined several steps they were taking to address passengers' concerns, including offering refunds or compensation, providing alternative accommodations, conducting thorough testing on backup aircraft models, and communicating updates with local community organizations. The airline's management team expressed gratitude for the support of Captain Elizabeth and her team in finding a solution that would minimize passenger disruptions while prioritizing safety. They also acknowledged the importance of transparency and accountability during this crisis and pledged to work closely with other stakeholders to ensure all decisions were made in the best interests of customers and passengers. As the meeting came to an end, In-Flight Innovations leadership addressed any remaining concerns or misconceptions about the incident at the airport, emphasizing its commitment towards promoting diversity and inclusivity within their organization. They acknowledged that addressing systemic inequalities within aviation would require ongoing efforts from all stakeholders, but they were confident in their ability to create a culture of inclusiveness and equity. In-Flight Innovations emergency meeting served as an essential reminder for them to remain vigilant about creating an inclusive workplace culture while ensuring the safety and comfort of passengers during challenging situations. The company's commitment towards diversity and its efforts towards addressing systemic inequalities would continue to drive progress towards a more equitable future, inspiring others within aviation industry and shaping our society in meaningful ways. /I'm and / Global outline. 2 black teens, Max and Ava, were 2 of the top students in their high school. They had a passion for science fiction and dreamed to attend one of the world's most prestigious academic competitions, where they would showcase their talents and gain valuable experience. As they boarded a flight bound for their destination, excitement filled the air. The flight was delayed due to an unexpected mechanical issue, causing chaos among passengers as the captain scrambled to find a solution that would minimize disruption while prioritizing safety. Max's parents had already alerted him about the delay via text messages, and his classmates were eagerly awaiting updates from them in real time. As soon as they landed at their destination, he rushed over to meet his family and share the news. The passengers erupted into applause, grateful for the quick response by Captain Elizabeth and her team. Max's parents praised the airline for its proactive approach towards addressing the issue promptly and for prioritizing passenger safety. The teens were vindicated after a thorough investigation confirmed that their actions had led to the delay, earning them praise from airport authorities. The news of their victory spread quickly on social media platforms like the Bureau and Instagram, igniting a firestorm of discussion about systemic inequalities within aviation. As more people shared their experiences and stories with Max's family, they realized the impact this incident could have on not only students, but also the entire airline industry. In-Flight Innovations, one of the largest airlines in the world, was quickly faced with the challenge of addressing these concerns. The company had a reputation for being customer-centric and proactive, yet it struggled to identify ways to promote diversity and inclusivity within its workforce. As Captain Elizabeth prepared an emergency meeting to address the issue head-on, she knew that In-Flight Innovations needed to take action. The meeting began with In-Flight Innovations leadership acknowledging their responsibility in creating a culture of equity and promoting diversity. They acknowledged that addressing systemic inequalities within aviation would require ongoing efforts from all stakeholders, but they were confident in their ability to create a culture of inclusiveness and equity. In the wake of the incident, In-Flight Innovations launched several initiatives aimed at fostering an inclusive workplace for its employees. The company introduced unconscious bias training programs, mentorship opportunities, and diversity panels to educate staff on implicit biases and promote allyship within the organization. They also pledged to provide equal opportunities for all job positions across departments, ensuring that qualified candidates from diverse backgrounds had a fair chance at success. The airline's leadership continued their efforts by implementing new policies aimed at promoting diversity and inclusivity in customer service. In-Flight Innovations introduced more than 10 language lines and hired additional staff members who could communicate with customers in multiple languages. They also created affinity groups for underrepresented communities, such as Asian Americans, Black employees, LGBTQ+ individuals, and women. The company's commitment towards diversity was evident not only within their workforce, but also through the way they handled customer service inquiries. The company trained its agents to understand cultural nuances and empathize with customers from diverse backgrounds. They used real-life scenarios and case studies to teach staff about how to communicate effectively in different languages, cultures, and socioeconomic backgrounds. As In-Flight Innovations efforts gained traction, they began receiving positive feedback from passengers who had experienced the company's commitment towards promoting diversity during their flight. Many expressed gratitude for the airline's proactive approach, stating that it made them feel welcome and valued as a customer. The incident served as an important reminder to airlines like In-Flight Innovations about the importance of creating inclusive workplaces. The teens' actions had not only been vindicated but also highlighted the need for systemic changes within aviation industry to ensure equitable treatment for all customers, regardless of their race or background. In-Flight Innovations' emergency meeting was a crucial step in addressing these concerns and setting an example for other airlines to follow. The company's commitment towards diversity, empathy, and inclusivity would continue to drive progress towards creating a more equitable future within the aviation industry and shaping our society in meaningful ways. As Max returned home with his parents, he couldn't help but feel inspired by what In-Flight Innovations had accomplished. They had overcome an unexpected setback by leveraging their expertise and creativity to address systemic inequalities and create a culture of inclusivity in their workplace. He knew that the company's efforts would not only benefit its customers, but also inspire others within the industry to follow suit. In conclusion, Max and Ava's journey on the flight was a reminder of the importance of diversity and inclusivity in aviation industry. Their victory at an academic competition had sparked widespread discussion about systemic inequalities and inspired In-Flight Innovations to take action towards creating a more inclusive workplace culture. The company's commitment towards promoting diversity through initiatives such as unconscious bias training, mentorship opportunities, language lines, affinity groups, and customer service improvements was evident in the way they handled customer inquiries. The incident served not only as an opportunity for education, but also as a catalyst for change within the industry. It highlighted the need to create equitable treatment for all customers, regardless of their race or background, and inspired airlines like In-Flight Innovations to continue striving towards creating inclusive workplaces that fostered empathy, inclusivity, and equality. As Max continued his studies at university, he knew that he would carry the lessons learned from this experience with him. He vowed to use these experiences as fuel for his future endeavors and strive to create a world where everyone feels valued and included in society. The incident had not only been a success story, but also a reminder of the importance of taking action towards creating a more equitable future within aviation industry. The flight to the academic competition was a typical journey for two teenagers, Alex and Max. They had been planning this trip together since they were 12 years old, eager to showcase their incredible intelligence and creativity in front of an international audience. The delay caused them some anxiety, but also provided them with extra time to prepare for the event. As they boarded the aircraft, the passengers erupted in applause, a sign that their hard work had paid off. Max was thrilled to see his friends from school on board, and he couldn't wait to showcase his skills as an AI engineer. He eagerly made conversation with the other passengers, sharing stories about his projects at school and discussing future advancements in artificial intelligence. The flight took off, and soon they found themselves facing a delay due to technical issues that seemed beyond their control. The captain stepped in, addressing everyone calmly but firmly. "I'm sorry for this inconvenience," she said. "We've been experiencing some unexpected problems with the aircraft systems, which is causing delays." She went on to explain that they were working hard to resolve the issue and hoped to resume normal operations soon.